Welcome everyone. We are your hosts Yasha and Anmol, and the show is called Counting Thoughts. Let me introduce you to the show for those who do not know what we are about. This is where we count all thoughts that are big and small. Thoughts that you might have thought about, but if you not, you might after listening or watching the
But
show.
you haven't, then you might after listening or watching to the show. She is screwing up the intro, guys. Okay.
All this to bring
One change at a time. Alright, so today's topic is skincare because it is April, like literally the first day of April would be the day that this airs. So, yeah, which basically means that summer is here, which means that skin problems are also here. So, we wanted to be prepared. So, we thought we'll do this episode on skincare so that everybody is prepared along with us.
So let's begin by discussing the major skin types being dry, sensitive, oily, and normal. And there's another skin type that we all have heard about, of course, which is a combination skin type, which could be a combination of 2 or 3 of the initial 4s. Like mine is dry and sensitive.
I have a skin condition, so I'm assuming it is sensitive and dry. So hey,
Yeah. So
Jeevan.
basically, the entire research is like the entire thing is based on research and also what we are trying to say.
Yeah. So the order of the things that we will discuss will be based on the research as and more and our personal experience and what we've learned through the years from mummy, from nani, from dadi, from all these people.
And Yasha having a professional expertise
A
which
little
she
bit.
doesn't accept.
A little bit, a little bit. I have for 2 whole years I have been around a doormat, and she was a stickler for having like a very basic skincare routine, and you should always cleanse, tone, moisturizer, use a sunscreen, use a sunscreen, use a sunscreen. So I think that I was already doing decent skincare, but then that sort of instilled it in my bones. So shout out to her, Dr. Urushi. So yeah. Anyways, so
I've always, my friends always used to say, and that well, CTM, CTM, CTM. It's like, what the hell is CTM? They were like, cleanse, tone, moisturize. Why don't
and protect. So
And
so
protect.
she's told me the importance of protection, like adding sunscreen to your skincare routine also, because she used to say that it does not matter if it's raining, the sun is out, if it's summer, winter, does not matter. You need to put sunscreen even if you are not leaving the bed. So she was very adamant about her case.
I used to not put sunscreen, but Yasha finally she was like, Anmol.
Sunscreen.
And I finally started
Using sunscreen.
using sunscreen.
So, anyways,
So-
coming back, the first thing that we are going to discuss is,
The skincare that we usually do on our daily basis, which is using cleansers, acids, serums.
So, because my mind is like an Excel sheet, which is sometimes very unorganized, but like I would like to organize this for you. So, let's start by saying that your skincare routine is not just what you do on a daily basis, it is also something that you do on a weekly basis, and what you can do to your, what you can do for your skin on a monthly basis as well to strengthen everything that you're doing on a daily basis. We will start by discussing what you can do on a daily basis and then go ahead based on what we have researched and what we have.
Yeah.
Right?
So basically, use of like cleansers and eye creams and moisturizers and sunscreen is very clear to me. But then there is also usage of acids and serums and oils. So maybe if you can enlighten us on that.
All right, okay. So, there is a lot of confusion around what acids are and what serums are. I mean, at least I was very confused when I was introduced to the whole idea of.
I'm still confused, although I've studied about it, but yet.
There is confusion. All right. So, in a very layman language, so acids are anything that have active ingredients in them. So they basically are trying to lower your pH value of the skin, and the most common type of acids that you and are getting to know about are the AHAs and the BHAs. There is a new acid that is out there in the market, which is PHAs. So I did
not know about BHAs.
करा है, research करा है, so you will get to know about that also. So the common AHAs include glycolic acid, that generally helps you with dryness, with age spots, with there are lactic acids as well that are available in the market. So the main difference between a BHA and an AHA is that the BHAs that are there are oil soluble and the AHAs that are there are water soluble.
Oh.
So why you should know this, it will help when you want to layer them. So say suppose, we will discuss as what if there are two serums that you want to include, so what two serums will go together,
sequence or the combinations.
So there is one very common two very common serums that are recommended. Those are retinol, vitamin A, and niacinamide, which is vitamin B का एक form, right? So generally क्या होता है, लोगों को पता नहीं होता है what goes first.
Yeah.
So your niacinamide goes first and then your retinol, because retinol is oil based and niacinamide is water based. तो अगर retinol पहले लगा लिया तो niacinamide penetrate ही नहीं करेगा.
I have only used retinol as of now.
I am not like a very avid user of retinol because I have psoriasis, so I don't want anything because it's a very active.
You have to be very careful.
Yes,
with
it's a very active ingredient. I have used niacinamide and vitamin C as well, but not ऐसे regularly नहीं use किया है. Vitamin C भी I've used because it helps with spots. So psoriasis tends to leave spots. So
I think I should use vitamin C. I have a lot of spotting, but I did not know how.
The kind of spotting you have, it will not be treated with serums. There are other treatments that you will need to go for, which maybe we discuss some other day. We'll try to drag Dr. Urvashi here and tell her and
let's talk about
skincare
in detail. With a dermat.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's
coming to serums. Like serums tend to, they have concentrated ingredients, and then again they contain ingredients for antioxidation and anti-inflammatory, right?
So if you are using a vitamin C serum, which will cause your skin to inflammate less. It will cause the result will be that your skin will not inflammate as much. So that's the whole point of. So serums will
depending upon the issue that we are facing and which concern we want to treat first. It is going to be
उसके basis पे आप choose कर लो आपको कौन सा serum use करना है
on your skin.
So that is how it is going to go. But I think so where I was confused was when I was trying to look into AHAs and BHAs and PHAs and all kinds of serums. And so what happens is when these acids are marketed as serums, a layman tends to get
very
confused, right? So generally ऐसा होता है कि जो ये AHAs and BHAs होते हैं, they are used as exfoliation as well. So for instance, you have, suppose you have dull skin or you have dry skin or you have acne, so there'll be जो treatments होंगे वो ऐसे ही होगा, कुछ AHA, BHA, PHA based treatment आपको दे दिया जाएगा, वो आगे हम डिस्कस कि आपका क्या issue है उसके basis पे you will get a serum you will get a get something, right? So but what happens is there are two types of exfoliating agents. Generally what is happening is कि जो स्किन डी मतलब नई स्किन आ रही है और पुरानी स्किन शेड हो रही है, उसमें प्रपोर्शन नहीं बैठ पा रहा है, विच इज़ वाई योर स्किन इज डल. Dullness का cause is this, right? So what will happen is that people will advise you nowadays कि आप chemical exfoliation की तरफ जाओ instead of doing physical exfoliation, because physical exfoliation can be harsh on your skin, right? So generally
is this ये collagen जो
so
that's another thing.
That's another thing. So जो ये होते हैं scrubs,
right,
with grains,
right,
so those are physical exfoliation. So you know exfoliate and then your dead skin is removed. जो chemical exfoliation होता है उसमें we use AHAs, BHAs or PHAs. So an AHA is alpha hydroxyic acids, beta hydroxyic acids and polyhydroxyic acids. So for glycolic acid, as I told you, is a very popular AHA. It is very useful if you want to remove dead skin cells, right? Salicylic acid, sali bolte hain jisko, is a very common BHA. It is it clears your pores, it will remove your blackheads, blemishes and other impurities as well. So ये जो marketing हो रहा है, they're not completely wrong, but it's just that because somebody like you and me who has no knowledge about this may get confused
and end up using the wrong kind of product which might not suit them.
So I think there are a lot of different kind of serums, but जो major serums होते हैं, those are कोई anti-aging होता है, some people use something for brightening their skin, there are hydrating serums, there are firming serums because with old age वो वाला हो जाता है. So there are different kinds of serums.
So usually the anti-aging serums are utilized for your fine lines and wrinkles, which is, we use I think retinol, which
vitamin
is
vitamin A and niacinamide, as I told,
vitamin
B.
B3.
So niacinamide, what is, it will regenerate, retinol will remove and niacinamide will regenerate. So ikatha, they if you use them together, they are a very good combination.
Actually the anti-aging serums, they are the ones which help you with the fine lines and wrinkles, right? And then again you can use vitamin A, which is retinol, and vitamin B3, which is niacinamide, to help with that. That is the use of anti-aging serums. Then there are brightening serums, which are used for discoloration and I think when you have skin hyperpigmentation. Yes, that is when you use that, and to fix that you use vitamin C, if I'm not wrong. Right? Yesha is like, good work.
Yeah. Niacinamide can also be used to brighten because it is work. So I personally advocate using niacinamide. If you cannot use anything else, if you cannot afford anything else, niacinamide is something that you will be able to afford also, that will be gentle on your skin compared to retinol and if you are using pure form of vitamin C, it is gentler, if that is a word, on your skin as well. So yeah, niacinamide can be used if as a brightening serum as well.
Alright, and the vitamin C that we use for brightening as well, that is also used and which is responsible to inhibit the enzymes responsible for melanin production. Yes, right. So basically that is and we get, I don't know if anyone knows this, but pregnant ladies get
spots. So generally what melanin is the stuff that is responsible for giving your skin color. So higher melanin would mean darker complexion and lower melanin would mean fairer complexion, but lower melanin would also mean higher risk of cancer, and higher melanin would mean lower risk of cancer, because this is the stuff that fights UVA, UVB rays. Tanning hoti hai,
right?
So that is your generally when you are exposed to the sun, melanin comes to the top layer of the skin, which is why you get tanned.
Okay, I don't know if this question makes sense, but does this mean that people who have, like, say, a darker shade of skin have to do less skincare than a people, or they have to be less careful than people with the fairer?
No, I mean, so then it's just that you have extra melanin in your body. You have a slight edge when it comes to people who are darker will not hyperpigment. जैसे Asian people, generally if you get a scar or a bruise or a pimple, it will leave a mark. No matter where in Asia you're from, it will leave a mark. That is our skin type. But Asians are also at a lower risk of getting cancer, skin cancer especially, as compared to Caucasian people, because we have more melanin as opposed to Caucasian people. So yeah, that's that. I mean, it has its advantages, but ऐसा नहीं है that just because you have fairer skin or darker skin, you have to do less skincare or more skincare. ऐसा, there is no such rule. No such rule.
Okay. So the other day you were also telling me something about hydrating serums.
Yes, there are. So generally, what hydration almost always means what is the level of water in your skin, and moisture basically deals with what is the level of oil in your skin. So dryness, as they say, can be because of lack of water as well as lack of oil. So you need to know. So
inculcate both.
So ऐसा होता है, people who have oily skin can also have dry skin because oil है, but then there is no water.
So hydration
is important. So generally when we talk about hydration is referred to serums that you talk about when you're talking about hydration are hyaluronic acid. So what hyaluronic acid does is it absorbs moisture from the environment and puts it to in your skin. Absorbs moisture back to your skin. So anybody who starts their skincare routine or starts using serums generally starts
the questions I have in my brain right now.
Hyaluronic acid, yes, hyaluronic serums basically.
A very one question. I'll not judge this question. You can judge this question. Judging is for you and you guys. So does this mean people living near to, let's say, water bodies? Let's say if we talk about India, does this mean people living in South India will end up having more hydration in their skin than North Indians because they have water bodies? तो surroundings में ज़्यादा
पानी होने से तैरना नहीं आ जाता है. So it's as similar to, just because you're living closer to a water body does not mean that your skin will also, it basically
absorb it more.
Yeah, so it skin तुम्हारा retain कर रहा है moisture को या नहीं, that is the question. Is your skin able to retain that water? So hyaluronic acid generally helps with retaining water into your skin.
Makes sense.
Alright. Then there are, when you talk about moisturizing serums or moisturizing creams, those are generally vitamin E based creams जो आती हैं, right? Then one serum that is going, one kind of serum that is going wild these days is firming serums.
Yeah.
So
firming serums, firming oils, all of those things.
Generally, when you age, what happens is the collagen production in your skin depletes. So collagen, to give you a mental image, it's like a mesh. क्या हो रहा है? It's not basically what is happening कि जो आपका regeneration process है, that dips compared
Once
to
you turn 25, I know that.
It does not dip completely. It starts to dip. and then if you inculcate a good skincare routine, you can sort of slow down the dipping of that process. So generally what aging is the regeneration process is slower than your degeneration process, which is why the collagen in your skin starts to deplete and your skin starts to sag eventually. Right. So there are creams and serums that you can use. Retinol and as I told you earlier, retinol and niacinamide together is a good combination, which is recommended for people who are trying to deal with firming issues
and anti-aging, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So now that we know about the serums and kind of serums, but then again, I've heard this a lot, and I am not sure myself as of now. There is like all serums are not created equally, right?
So obviously,
yeah, because once we figure out what's the root cause or what's the, let's say, issue, then we can
that you are trying
serum,
to treat. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
But then again, I've heard there are night serums, there are day serums, there are serums that are different.
Yeah. So there are broadly what you can do is you can divide your serums into 3 categories. Say day serums, night serums, and serums that are suitable for day or night, right? Generally, for instance, retinol is one serum that is advised to be used at night.
Yes.
You know this because you've been using this, right? Vitamin C, on the other hand, is a serum that is advised to be used during the daytime, morning in your morning skincare routine, right? So, for instance, if we start with day creams, as I was telling you, vitamin C is where you begin. This is why because it's an antioxidant. So what will happen is pollution hai, आप बाहर जा रहे हो, pollution hai, you're going out in the sun and you are going to be exposed in the sun. What it will do is once you use it with your sunscreen, it'll enhance the effects of your sunscreen because it has antioxidants as well.
Oh, interesting.
Right? So then there are, as I was saying, night serum. So retinol is a big night serum that is advised, right?
Yes.
So retinol is what vitamin A, right? So generally इसका retinol because थोड़ा active agent होता है, it is advised कि आप gradually इसको use करना धीरे करके करना शुरू करो. It is used in the day, not in the daytime and in the night time, because it can cause a certain sensitivity in your skin towards sunlight.
And you have to dilute it with something. Like I used to dilute it because my skin is dry and sensitive as is. So I used to dilute it.
That is also advised. That some people say that you can probably start by using do a swab test कान के पीछे.
That is very necessary before you begin.
Yeah. So generally with retinol, वैसे भी you should ensure that you are using sunscreen in the morning. But then if you are using retinol, you cannot afford to skip sunscreen.
I did not know that. New information, noted.
A lot of people go as far to say that what retinol is doing is basically removing the ऊपर का dead skin. So नीचे का better, supple, newer is coming out, right? So that will need protection. The whole point of removing that
dead skin
shit from your face is that you are able to enjoy the benefits of it. But then if you keep exposing your skin, which is your new baby skin, to the sun, वो भी damage हो जाएगी. So there is no point. So which is why they say कि इसको करते हैं. We remember we discussed AHAs, BHAs, PHAs. Yes. Those are also some things that go in the night and not in the day, right? ये भी इसलिए होता है because आपकी skin sensitivity towards UV बढ़ा देता है. तो मतलब generally it is advised कि रात में use करो, कम use करो, gradually इसको usage बढ़ाओ, stuff like that.
Alright. So now I think it's time for our Google research.
There are anytime serums also, like niacinamide, my favorite.
Yasha's favorite. I think post this episode, Yasha is going to go.
I already have. I'm not getting anything. I am using niacinamide. I am advocating niacinamide. Because you can use it in the morning, you can use it, in the day.
It's anytime serum.
हाँ. दूसरा hyaluronic acid is also something that hyaluronic serums are also something that can go सुबह भी शाम को भी दोनों टाइम भी कैसे भी कर सकते हैं. I would say कि like you should ask your dermat. Always ask your dermat, but then generally the holy grail of serums is this.
Okay, so now it's time for our Google research. Okay, now we know which serum to use when, right? But to get the maximum utilization and the maximum efficiency out of these serums, we are going to read the Google research, right? So, number one being, you begin small, you start small, and then you work your way up towards your skin so that you don't face any sort of adverse effects.
Effects.
Yasha drinking her Sri Lankan tea. Okay, be mindful.
My mommy got it for me.
Shout out to mommy. Thank you. Okay, so be mindful of mixing your serums. For example, vitamin C does not mix well with exfoliating acids like AHA and BHAs. Apply.
बहुत ही खतरनाक रिएक्शन हो जाता है. I have seen people with dryness on their eyelashes.
Oh.
जैसा dandruff, but on their lashes, roots of their lashes. It gets really bad. So don't do that.
Yeah, do not mix vitamin C with exfoliating acid.
I have also seen retinol people. So there was somebody from somewhere that they were using vitamin A so excessively that they had permanent redness on their.
Did they not realize it is not suiting?
I have no idea. And they had permanent redness on their cheeks, and when I mean red, I mean red.
No, I completely understand.
Like after a bruise, there is new skin that comes from beneath that pinkish redness. It is that red. So like reminding me of,
like, whenever you, that is why we say whenever we are trying to use a new product,
yes, always test it.
First take a test, and you need to like self-realization if it is suiting you or not suiting you, basically. Right. And then again, apply facial serums after cleansing and toning and before moisturizing. Once
I think I've told you why.
No, but I somehow knew it by default.
So generally what happens is, if you apply your moisture and then try to apply with same logic, it will not penetrate yours.
Once oil goes.
So basically what moisturizer is doing is sealing it it onto your skin so that it can do what is meant to do over, let's say, रात में सोने से पहले या whatever.
It should be the last thing so that there is a, like, every ingredient that you have put to your face is getting absorbed.
Doing what that's supposed to do. Yeah.
So basically you do that once your face is clean and it is balanced and a serum can do its job effectively. Right? And then again moisturizing, sealing it, and then again you can get the benefit from the serum's active ingredients. And hydration is not same as moisturization.
This also.
As Yasha being default Google research
for this.
Now you realize you are default Google research particularly for skincare.
Yeah.
So there are some quick tip and tricks and hacks that can be utilized.
Anmol being Anmol. Yeah, okay.
Okay, so instead of layering serums that may contain reactive ingredients, alternate their usage.
So say suppose you're using say suppose you're using vitamin C, you can use it every other day, and then you can use retinol every other day.
So there's a gap. Yeah. So second being, serums with vitamin C should be applied every other day before transitioning to daily use. Retinol serums are best used once a week to start, as are exfoliating serums.
As well. AHA, BHA, अगर आप कुछ use कर रहे हो, start with a weekly situation,
Yeah.
then move
I
to a
think I
bi-weekly
started-
situation.
Yeah, I used to do it, I think twice or thrice a week when I begin. Abhi to aisa I've lost
Lost.
everything. I lost my vitamin, like my retinol's bottle, and then I was like,
नया
then
लेंगे,
I slacked. Naya lenge or
नया लिया नहीं.
no, someone has to search for it in my house. I know it's in my house.
Anmol being the
Yeah.
procrastinator she is.
So
Okay.
to help introduce retinol or pure vitamin serums to your routine, you can mix a few drops in your favorite moisturizing cream and lotion.
As Anmol was saying, पहले
Yes.
भी.
I used to dilute it with my moisturizing cream in the night because I have a sensitive dry skin, and it worked wonders for me.
Retinol,
Like in 3 months time is what I'm saying, not immediately.
I have also very rarely people complain that they started using retinol and they have dryness, ऐसे flakiness and dryness. That is basically retinol doing its work. It's supposed to remove the dryness from your skin. So generally it is not something that you should be worried about, but then consult a dermat. Again,
Yeah.
consult a dermat.
Like these are just the tips and tricks that we are, telling and discussing.
Yeah, I mean, this is something that we've heard, we've researched, we've used, we've experimented and stuff like that. But
And
then
a few dermat opinions as well.
yeah, that.
Yeah. So basically, we know that vitamin C and sunscreen
Go
will
together.
give you UV protection. Vitamin A or retinol, and with hyaluronic acid gives you
Regeneration. So you can mix vitamin A and retinol. I'm so sorry.
Retinol
Retinol
with
and hyaluronic. So पहले hyaluronic फिर vitamin A अगर आप इकट्ठे use कर रहे हो. So पहले hyaluronic,
sequence.
हाँ, the sequence will be that.
Okay. So niacinamide with retinol will increase the rate of cell turnover. Oh, so basically, I think once, if we are, I'm trying not to age shame, but probably when you're in your 30s, then you can use this together because it will increase the rate of cell turnover, right? Salicylic acid which is a BHA combined with niacinamide will have an enhanced acne fighting capabilities.
So if you have acne, generally this is advised also if you go to a good dermat. They will also advise you something on these lines. So generally peels, chemical peels that you get done from a dermat. So if there is a salicylic acid peel that they do for your acne, so generally क्या होता है, it will dry out the acne.
Yeah.
Sally
And then
will
your
dry.
skin,
हाँ, फिर वो ऐसे
पपड़ी की तरह
निकल के.
I've
So
seen
if you I don't know if it's anywhere other than India, you've seen that वो ऐसे फेविकोल लगाते थे और वो ऐसे skin है. So similar, I have seen people shed similar skin after skin peeling is done. Generally, if you combine it after this thing is done, you hydrate and you moisturize and do all that jazz, then niacinamide, once flaking is over, and you can start using niacinamide to help the skin regenerate better. So that is also a good combination that is advised.
expert advice.
Okay.
So vitamin C mixed with vitamin E will boost your collagen
production.
And that is why,
Yes.
I think since childhood I've heard that vitamin E
हाँ, मतलब
and vitamin
गोली
C
खा लो.
is a good-
हाँ.
vitamin E is by standard.
It's
by
an over-the-counter
default.
drug.
Over-the-
Anybody will be like, oh, गोली खा लो.
And I used to get this a lot from my family कि ये वाला fruit खाओ, vitamin C मिलेगा skin को. ऐसे as a kid ऐसे ललचा के तुम्हें vitamin C भी मिल रहा है and stuff. Okay. So if you can use vitamin C in the morning and vitamin A during the night, I'm not going to give you more details. Okay, so
You will have a good combination.
anti-aging and brightening duo at your skin.
Yes.
Which
I think we covered everything that you can do.
On a daily and weekly or on a routine base basically.
हाँ, मतलब सुबह शाम cleanse, tone, moisturizer. If you have a certain skin condition, you should probably get it checked and inculcate a routine that will help you deal with that.
Face mask, I think, should be used on weekly basis.
So there are different kinds of face masks. वो आते हैं sheet mask. There is the regular besan and multani mitti mask. So there is.
I used sheet masks, but I'm a fan of multani mitti and besan comparatively.
My skin does not do well with multani mitti.
My skin does wonders with besan.
Oh my god, I crack. Like my already dry skin turns into a desert, like not to a desert, not a dessert. So it's bad. Like multani mitti is bad for me personally.
Multani mitti makes your skin dry, I would say.
So
I use it lesser.
I don't use it. I used it once.
Like once or twice in 2 months. But besan I used COVID log when we were under the lockdown.
And Mole was doing skincare.
We had nothing to do. So I was like, what the hell, let's do skincare.
But then that is not a very good approach. No, that is a very unhealthy approach towards your skin. You should be doing skincare despite the...
Trust me, I used besan every week, and in I think 1.5-2 months,
besan has skin lightening properties as well. Generally, besan has skin lightening properties.
I have a lot of marks on my cheeks, and they were also healing with besan and haldi. The combination of turmeric and besan.
Gram powder.
Yeah. So it did help a lot.
Yeah. So I think that masks is something that you can do on a weekly basis. On a monthly basis, I would advise, although I have also been slacking in this area, I would advise you could generally take a facial or cleanup, some sort of derma planing. Peels is something that people get done on a monthly basis. So what this does is sort of consolidate.
Yeah. Or a dermatologist.
Basically, it strengthens what you're doing on a regular basis. So it sort of consolidates everything.
जो ऐसे कमी पेशी
रह गई है,
if there is anything left,
so
I think it will enhance the entire.
It will enhance the effects of your serums and creams and whatever that you're using. But I think this is like the bare minimum that you can do and you should do. Despite your gender, age, but then because we were doing this research and we thought like we could maybe break it down a little more based on the 4 skin types, because the 5th skin type is generally combination skin type, which could be anything, which could be sensitive, dry, oily, dry. I mean, there are people with everything, So we can discuss if you have normal skin, dry skin, sensitive skin. So we can discuss morning or evening with bare minimum.
General bare minimum. Which you should do
anyways.
This is basic skincare, guys.
That you should do.
Self-love.
So if you have sensitive skin, people with sensitive skin, in the morning should use a cleansing lotion, an alcohol-free toner, a scent-free moisturizer that has a little bit of zinc. And sunscreen, right? At night, सब कुछ use करो minus the sunscreen, right? On a weekly basis, you guys can get a gel mask or a lactic acid based serum that should be okay for your skin.
Oh, I just realized why I like gel masks, because sensitive skin.
I think there are normal people folks also. So normal people folks can do a morning skincare routine they can do a cleanser, toner, a sunscreen with at least 30 SPF minimum, and then at night sab kuch minus the sunscreen, but you can add an antioxidant, which is vitamin C basically, before your moisturizer, right? On a weekly basis you can do a glycolic acid based serum, which is which will help you cleanse and remove dirt and dead skin from your dead cells from your skin. Oh Yasha, get a hold of it. Alright, so then there are dry skin folks like me. In the morning you use a cleanser, toner, antioxidant serum and a cream based sunscreen, guys. At night you एंड सनस्क्रीन्स मुझे लगता है 30 SPF तो मिनिमम, उससे नीचे
तो बात नहीं बनेगी. Things will not work out.
Things will not work out, right? At night, you use a cleanser, toner, you use a hydrating serum, hydration, and then you use a moisturizer. On a weekly basis, you can use like a home peel or a face oil as well. Face oil, if you are using, because it is oil, it goes after your moisturizer also, because oil will penetrate everything. Nothing is going to penetrate oil.
So basically, the only thing I'm not doing as a dry skin focus, I'm not using any hydrating
stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Then oily skin folks will in the morning can use a gel based cleanser, toner, antioxidant serum, or a gel along with a gel or a water based sunscreen. Gel and water based sunscreen is must, right?
Because you already have oil production naturally.
Yeah, right. And then at night you use a cleanser, you use a toner, you use a BHA or AHA serum, and then you use a water based moisturizer. On a weekly basis you can use some sort of clay mask, multani mitti, as I said, so you can use that.
For combination skin people,
as I already
recommend you
go
to a dermat and not play with your skin, because
anyways go to a dermat even if you don't have like a skin condition, go to a dermat. It will give you a personalized approach.
Opinion, at least, even if this is something that I recommend and I'm not actually doing it, but I know it's the right thing to do, is you don't have to always go to dermat. I'm not saying you go to a dermat on a monthly basis. I'm just saying go to a dermat, get a good CTM.
Ideally, you should go to a dermat on a monthly basis. Ideally,
in an ideal situation.
But agar ye bhi nahi
even if you're doing it quarterly, just get a cleansing, toning, moisturizing routine from a dermat. Tell them that I'm here for a regular
checkup.
Yeah, and I just need a basic skincare routine.
Because मुझे ऐसा लगता है your skin is your biggest organ. And it is ignored the most.
Yeah, and I have done that for a very long time. Yeah.
I haven't.
Yasha has it. Yeah. So basically, irrespective of your skin type, one thing that you should always do is drink water. Like, swear by it.
A lot of water. I mean, a lot of water.
Like abhi aisa hai, we have discussed all the things that can go onto your skin, but then again,
I think I would want to conclude by discussing few things that you can put inside you and get the benefits of it. I think pehli cheez that I would recommend anybody out there is including probiotics in their diet. I have autoimmune issues, so my gut health is any day compromised. So I advise people to introduce probiotics irrespective. Probiotics will help you improve your gut health. It will make your skin clearer because a healthy gut will reflect on your skin as well. You can take supplements. If
the only probiotic I'm using is curd.
But then the amount of probiotic your body actually needs is more than that, right? But then there are various forms of probiotic that you can use. So there is curd, there is supplements, kimchi, like fermented kuch bhi is that. People who have the luxury of having kombucha can go out and have kombucha as well. There is another which we were discussing, goliyan, omega-3 fatty acids. This will not only help strengthen your skin, this will help strengthen your hair, your nails as well. So that is one thing that you should include in your diet. Chia seeds.
Chia seeds is what will help it.
Helps a lot. In fact, वो भी कहते हैं गिट्टों के, so there are oils in your joints are also
lubricate that.
Yeah, that as well.
Omega-3 fatty acids.
So I think cutting out artificial sugar in all way and form is always
not
good.
Just for your skin, but in general also.
It has a lot of
my love for waffles and ice cream.
So it is helpful because it'll generally help reduce inflammation from your skin. So And inflammation could be pimples, inflammation could be anything,
Anything,
right?
yeah.
Any form of inflammation. Just say with me, I have, like I say, marks out there. So that inflammation is also reduced when I tend to
You
cut
cut
down
on artificial sugars.
sugar. Yeah. There is sweet potatoes, if you can have. They have a very rich vitamin A. If you can have, जैसे हमारे यहाँ सर्दियों में मिलता है.
Hate sweet potatoes.
I'm not a
No
fan of
offense.
potatoes. I don't mind sweet potatoes, as in, I say, grilled sweet potatoes. I don't mind, but
I have never, ever in my life had a sweet potato.
then this is for vegetarian people, because this is the only plant food that is out there that is so rich in vitamin A. So,
Makes sense.
which is why
I'll search stuff for non-vegetarian people. if
Oh,
I can find some.
there is a lot. There is a lot of stuff. I think.
So I think on that note, we would like to conclude our
Because-
episode on skincare, and
Drink
I hope
water, do cleanse, tone, moisturizer, and protect your skin, and consult a dermat if you have any skin conditions. I think
because I think irrespective of whatever we are doing in our lives with our careers and relations and all of those things, self-love is important. So guys,
and Anmol ke liye skincare is self-love.
skincare is a huge self-love thing for me, and I'm also trying other things. Yasha is making me realize that taking care of your health in general is also self-love.
Is very important. She's slacking, but
Yeah, so you'll be on a journey with us for this, so you'll see. So thanks for listening to us, and you can write to us at countingthoughts@gmail.com. Share your opinion about this episode or anything else too. We would love to hear back from you, and you can follow us and reach out to us on our socials. And also you can individually write to
either
any
of
of
us.
us. Yeah,
we're all ears.
we are all ears. So subscribe and review our podcast, and let us know if there is anything else that you would want us to discuss in the upcoming Fridays. And yeah, that's about it.
All right. Bye, guys. See you
Bye.
soon.